Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good week. It's Thursday. Let me go over a few things. I've just gotten done grading your milestone 1. Okay, many people did outstanding work. I think for many of us, this is becoming a matter of expertise. You've written research papers in other classes and you know how to do it, and you're good at it, or great in some cases, and you know how to explicate a research topic. So for those of you who got 100 or an A, please just read briefly my feedback and move on to milestone 2. Everybody should be able to move on. I didn't see any real fundamental problems. Very few of you, I've asked you to redo your milestone 1. Okay. For some of us, writing is it's an acquired skill. And many of us maybe have not had the experience, and that's okay. Please don't take personally any comments that I made in the rubric. If I said you need to redo this, or you need to, that's in no way an indictment of your capacity. Everyone here has the ability to do this, or we wouldn't be here. And I know that you can. But, please do not ignore the guidelines that I provide for you in the feedback, regardless of whether you did pretty well or whether if you got a C, then please you have a chance to redo. Please do this. Now, I'm going to be very clear about something. So for those of you who did really specific work, great. When I say, okay, this is a prompt. It's a thought prompt. It is not an end suggestion of a topic. So when you tell me a bullying is a very bad thing, that does not tell me anything. You need to eliminate that kind of discussion. Income inequality and wealth distribution is probably the most specific of these 4 prompts. I think only 2 folks have written about that. But, I probably told you something like you need to narrow your focus. If I told you that, you need to specify, you need to narrow your focus. You had better please do so before moving on. Do not write me a paper on You can't write a paper on crime and violence. That's an entire undergraduate curriculum in criminal justice. These are thought prompts, and so what you got to do is think about these a little more. Same with bullying. Don't tell me that bullying has been around forever, or don't tell me I don't need to hear a lot about everyone's experiences, their personal experiences with bullying, or that everyone suffers from it. That's not true. Nor is everybody a victim of crime, nor is everybody dealing with drug and alcohol abuse. The problem with a social problem, the challenge of a social problem, is that sufficient numbers of people deal with these large categories that they require, analysis. Now, income inequality and wealth distribution is that's one that the couple of people that chose that did a great job. But if you chose one of these first 3, I'm here to tell you, if you stopped here, for the most part, a couple of people did good work, you didn't go far enough. So what I'm going to do is to tell you, I'm going to go down here. I told many of you in your feedback, go to this social resource list. Do this. Go on it. You see how they look at the subtopics? You can't write about every one of these topics. Focus on one of them. Some people did. Some people have written excellent papers on workplace bullying, or cyberbullying, right? Or bullying LGBTQ. They've written about a specific population. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about narrowing your focus. For the people that did that, you kind of nailed you've nailed the thrust. But if you just wrote me a paper and you talked about how bullying's very bad, now it's been here forever, that's just filler. None of that is substantiated, and none of it is true. I mean, we didn't even have something called bullying, right? So, many of you, I think if it's crime and violence, look at the subtopics. Same with drugs and alcohol, okay? Same with drugs and alcohol, okay? Many of you, the people who wrote about this did sufficiently narrow focus, but narrow your focus. This, okay, these are prompts. They are not research topics. Now, if you follow through and you do this, and if you're going to see, please feel free to contact me and I'll let you do a redo. You get a number of options. Follow everything that I wrote, regardless of whether you got a B or a C, if you didn't get an A, right? Follow everything I wrote. Review the rubric. Do not ignore this video. Do not ignore the rubric. Okay? Don't ignore them and just blast on through and put something down, or you will not do well. You won't do well. This is a class. This is a science. It's not a class in opinions. It's not a class in writing a reaction paper. It's not a class in writing your personal biography again and again. Your biography matters, but not here. We're looking at trends. We're looking at large-scale trends and how they impact people. One paper I read that was good, LGBTQ bullying, for example, and suicidal ideation. There's a cause and there's an effect. Those are things you need to keep in mind when you're reviewing, okay? Police brutality, right? You need to ground your work. The paper that I read that was very good, and there are numerous people who approach this topic, was grounded in legal research. Okay, that's the way to go. Another kind of, so there are a couple of kinds of papers that people have wanted to write that this is not one of. It is not a point counterpoint. I'm not interested in two sides of the abortion debate. If you're writing about abortion, right, you need to, and a couple of people did that, and that's okay. You need to write a cause and effect paper. Ask a question. And there's research out there that will answer it in pretty short order. But you need to focus. Go back here if I've told you to. Use this. There's no shame in it. Go back and reread this overview. The final project. That's going to feed every single module. Don't stop here and go, oh, I'm ready to go write. I'm going to write how bullying's very bad. You're not telling us anything with that. Okay? So this is not a reaction paper. It's not a point counterpoint or an argument paper. We're not making an argument here. These are all legitimate different types of papers that you write in different classes. Right? This is, you're assessing a research topic here. Okay? That is what you're doing here. All right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I'll try to get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you.